It's morning in Los Angeles, 10 a.m. It's afternoon in New York, and it's evening in Europe. Oh, sorry, it's live here. It's evening in Europe and midnight actually in Asia.
You like checked all the time.
I checked all the time. And we have an amazing guest for you here, Elena Grineno.
Hi guys.
She is actually here. I prepared that. She's a world rhythm champion, competition organizer. Besides that, she has many projects which we're going to talk about, and she's an amazing mom. She has two the cutest kids.
And I'm just a cool person. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that
cool
touch.
Yes. So, what's your morning routine like? Actually, I know you're waking up early because
right.
Of
Kids wake up early, and we don't set an alarm right now for like what the. Magnus is going to be 5, so for 5 years I don't remember setting up alarm except when I'm at the competitions. So one of the kids would always come in, and my little one comes always in with his favorite pillow, and the pillow is a normal adult size. It doesn't go with it anywhere.
It's basically the size of it's his size. Basically.
It's bigger than him, and he drags that thing across the our bedrooms across each other, and he flops it in. And then gets between us, and gets under the blanket. And he usually brings toys. And he does that with Rib mostly. He goes, "Daddy, you be this, talk."
What time is it? 6 a.m. or what?
6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 7, that's if they slept in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You mentioned actually what's very interesting. You mentioned that before you had kids, before you're married, is like your life goes different. Then you're like, okay, I can deal with that. But then when the kids come along, you have to deal with that, and you don't have choice, and you're kind of coping with that very well.
Yeah, it's like life happens.
Yeah.
And sure, some people plan for kids. They work on it, and then they finally got it. Yeah, we had our hiccups. Let's put it down the road before Magnus. But it's just you can't really prepare, and it doesn't really matter what other people tell you. It's like you just go along and you figure out what your routine is, and then.
But in Los Angeles, do you think it's harder in Los Angeles than in other cities because of the traffic, because of to be able to do everything what you want to do in a day?
I think if you were just generally city person, it really doesn't matter. I think it would be harder for me if I'm somewhere in the village with nothing to do.
That's true.
So
I know you lived in New York before.
New Jersey, yes, North Jersey, but like literally 15 minutes from Manhattan.
And you mentioned to me actually many years ago. You said that the life in New York is very different than in Los Angeles in terms of speed.
Right. Yes, Los Angeles is much slower. I mean, I lived in Moscow. Yeah. Moscow is even, in my opinion, faster than New York because there's more people and way more traffic, believe it or not. So, and then it was New York and New Jersey, and then LA. For me, honestly, this is as slow as it gets. I can't go any slower. There was a time that I moved to Orange County with Rip for like a year, and we had a beautiful apartment with a roof on top. Literally, beach is right there. I could wear my flip-flops, bathing suit, and not even change.
Why did you move?
I couldn't live there.
Too boring?
It was too boring, and I couldn't relate to people, to neighbors. You have to have friends that you hang out with constantly, right? So all they talked about is surfing and smoked weed. I don't do neither one.
Babette is watching. Babette says good morning.
Hi, Babette.
Babette is in Austria, right? Right now. Adina is watching. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
Luba Boyka says good morning. Enjoying the live stream. Okay, good.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for watching, guys. So we have a great show for you tonight. Today, sorry.
Depending where you are.
Yeah, we have excessive heat warning in Los Angeles. We're sitting in the studio with no air conditioning. So,
I actually
and
been
no
given
fan.
this.
Yeah, no fan because it's gonna disturb the mic. And it was really hot outside, so I hope where you are, it's not that hot.
My car yesterday showed 122.
Yeah, I saw your post. It's ridiculous.
So I live in LA for 10 years now. Not once I remember 122.
Really?
No, maybe 110, 112. This is the hottest it's ever been.
Wow.
Yeah.
For me, it was opening the door and going out from the studio. It was just a heat wave. I thought I will faint. I started to see the white light.
I've been to hotter weather in Palm Springs. I think it was pushing 140. It was insane, but this is pretty hot.
Yeah. By the way, we're checking comments, so if you have questions, to Lena, you want to ask her something, her daily routine, whatever comes into your mind, if it's more or less appropriate, we will ask her.
Please keep it appropriate.
Yes. So anyway, going on with the news, and enough of chatter. So we have a great news. Wedding is right this moment happening in Ukraine. Maxim Latotsky and Sarah Hayworth getting married. The guys are awesome. I know them from obviously dancing a rhythm, and they have this amazing project, Dynasty Kids, which their kids, their studio performed at Michael Chapman's event at Superstars, and they performed at the Millennium this year. They do an amazing job, and they have huge passion about it. We did an interview. You can watch it and scroll it down from Millennium.
Right.
Amazing people.
Sarah does it.
You know them actually.
I know them very well. I coach them in rhythm. So I go to their studio probably 2-3 times a year for sure. Okay. Sometimes they visit me in LA, depending on the schedule, I guess. But I know Sarah, gosh, I don't want to lie, but probably 15 years for sure. Really? When she actually was still a student.
That's actually the picture.
And she was competing with Hike as a student.
Really?
And she used to do Latin and rhythm, and we used to call her a Barbie. And she hated it.
She has a resemblance.
She hated it.
She has a resemblance.
Now she's all grown up, and she was like all cute and little, and we're like, oh, she looks like a Barbie.
But that picture actually from a couple of days back, somebody made a picture and posted.
The paparazzi is following them.
Following them, which is very nice. Finally, we have that picture. They were biking around the property where they're getting actually married, and is the property.
This is amazing.
It's ridiculously beautiful. I didn't put a picture where exactly the wedding will be because I don't know. Like honestly, he texted me details, but he didn't text me pictures. He didn't have time, so understandably so. Somewhere overlooking, probably right here, somewhere overlooking the lake. It's gorgeous.
Now I'm not surprised they got married in Ukraine. They're actually kind of having 2 weddings.
Really?
This is an official one. And then they're actually going to have another one for just, I guess, friends that couldn't fly to Ukraine in Florida.
It's beautiful. I think they're truly enjoying it. They said they met in 2013 in a private lessons, and Max had a lesson with a student and she had a pro lesson. After 2 months, she split with a partner. They had a tryout at the Millennium Dance Pro Championships, Michael Chapman event.
You have a lot of details.
Yeah, I know, like always, And then Ballroom BackStage.
Right?
I like paparazzi style, but good paparazzi style. So anyway, so they like to dance together, but she said she wasn't ready to move to Florida. After that, after half a year of waiting, he texted her and say, and he asked her, did you find a partner and do you still would like to dance? And she said she really wants to dance and she haven't found a partner yet. So he said, you know what, honey, you can wait all your life. So I can buy you a ticket.
Sounds like Max.
For a weekend. I can buy a ticket for a weekend. Let's try to dance together. And she said, yes, I will come, but I will buy a ticket myself. And that's how it all started. The rest is history.
The rest is history.
They
now
said,
they're
thank you guys.
Married.
Thank you guys for supporting us, and thank you for keeping updated everybody. They wishing everybody happy Saturday, that's their wedding day. So
they're a really awesome couple. I'm very happy for them.
Awesome. Okay, moving on to Manhattan Dance Championships. It's happening right now. Yesterday was Latin, and there was an amazing show by Gary McDonald and I believe Dan McDonald and Arunas and Katyusha. It's 20
That should have been fun.
Yeah, it shouldn't be fun. Yeah, they actually Dancecomp. This is why I posted the Dancecomp app. I have it on my phone. I guess some of you have it. They made a live stream for the first time
on the app.
Yeah, on the app, and actually it was on YouTube per se. You can go through their Facebook page or Manhattan Dance Championships to the
We
Facebook
need those
page.
things for competitions
I know.
because I feel we live in a dinosaur world.
Thank you. However, so what happened is they told me we talked today on the phone. So they told me that the rights thing was a music, so YouTube banned that.
Yeah.
So they deleted the live feed. So they don't know if they're gonna do it tonight. Fingers crossed. I would love to see it. I was watching it actually.
Right. There's
last
always
night.
music issues with
Yes.
YouTube.
I offered, made a commentary. So music, you know. So anyway. hopefully they're gonna do it, but you can stay updated with all the results and what's going on the app or their Facebook page. So they're actually pretty good with everything, and hopefully they will put a live stream. So I like that. So anyway, that's what's happening at the Manhattan. By the way, you danced that.
I think I danced with, I can't say all my partners, but all the partners in the United States. Definitely remember dancing with Michael.
How many partners did you have?
Sergey was first, Zhenya, another Sergey. 6 only, actually. Through a whole career, that's not bad at all. I mean, first kind of almost, I danced 10 years with Michael.
Okay.
So before that, I had 3 partners, but like you outgrow each other, or sometimes boys quit dancing. You know, never know.
That's amazing. So you danced actually with every partner in the United States.
I think so. Like I have a very good recollection dancing it with Misha and for sure Tony, because Tony and Gary are friends, and Tony always supports him. Not quite sure with Max, but I'm sure we did. I mean, it was a local event for us. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. So, but you never judged it yet.
I never judged it.
Yes. So that's.
I'm still waiting for my invitation.
I will ask you that, because it's very interesting how first you're dancing the event and then you become a judge and you're judging the event. So how does it change?
Right now it's fine because it's been 12 years since I stopped dancing. But in the beginning it was very weird because I retired very early. I retired at 29. So all my friends that I used to compete against still danced for next 5-6 years, and they just retiring right now. So that was weird to judge because
ouch.
Yes, because
it is jeopardizing the friendship.
It does, and it did with few people, because they're literally like, I thought you my friend, and I'm like, yes we are, but
it's
you
nothing
know,
to do with the result. I'm sorry.
But that's what people hope for. They think if you're their friend, you like them, you're gonna mark them better, which is you know.
I know it's unfortunate. I think that when you have to make the decision when couples are dancing and you like them all, it doesn't mean that they so much better or worse. You have to make the decision, right?
The human factor still goes into it, for sure, because if you have a negative feelings towards someone, you probably will mark them down. I mean, that's just the human nature.
Don't do that.
Right? But if, let's say, 2 people that you know and you're equally friends with them, and they are, you know, on quite the same level, like how do you make your decision? So see, that part of judging in the beginning was very stressful. Right now it's easier.
Yeah, I mean you have to.
Yeah,
you have to.
You know, it's and it goes faster now.
It's funny how that was weird. So you're still judging your friends. Yeah, sometimes I see that people are retiring. Like Mauricio, he got retired, right? And then the same year he was judging Andra dancing with Nino.
Like literally,
like in a friend standing and they're dancing right in front of him. I'm like, that must be awkward. I didn't mean it bad though, but it must be a little bit awkward because you kind of have to make that decision, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, okay. So that's what's happening. So, talking about your partnerships, by the way. So talking about that's your and Tony farewell video.
Yes.
From I think it's Ohio.
It's Ohio.
It's Ohio. So
actually, I have a funny story about that.
Please.
Tony and I, believe it or not, only competed a year. From Ohio to Ohio, and we wanted to retire, and they didn't let us. So this was the year after, so we actually didn't dance the whole entire year, and they finally let us retire. So we didn't dance competitions for a year before doing this retirement dance.
Why did you want to retire after just 1 year?
Oh, you know, in Russia I did 10 dance, and then it just gradually became Latin, and then rhythm kind of fell into my hands because of Tony, and it was not my decision. Kind of, I didn't come to it as far as like, ooh, this is what I would like to do, right? Tony asked me, and I said, let me think about it. And then I guess at that point in my dance career, Max and I danced all the finals in the world except UK International and Blackpool. So we were like 7th in UK for a couple of years in a row. So you get frustrated with that. So
I remember you very well from watching the Kremlin Cup. We're going to talk about that too.
So even if you have these fabulous results and there's certain thing you can't break, it gets on your way. You start thinking there's something wrong with you, and you know I was in a kind of a negative note on my last year of dancing.
May I interrupt you here? Is it all the dancers, do you think, are like that? Because I think they are, actually, because the result gets into your head, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're competing for that medal.
I know, but
it's like, yes, you
started. Did you find a way to cope with that?
Yes, I did rhythm. No, seriously, guys, because when I told Tony, you know what, I'll do rhythm, but I'll do it for fun. And you better make sure it's fun. And he did. So I finished my career dancing rhythm, being extremely happy, because I mean, obviously there is no, now it's Blackpool, but at that point there was not. It was just only in the United States. Tony and I never fought practicing. I mean, it was just nice on top of nice on top of nice. Okay. And then the reason why we stopped it so early is just we were just, you know, we did what we did, and Tony had a little baby girl, Luana, at that point, really? And he missed her first walking. And it was that just, you know, just time. Just time. And when I was little, I just decided I want to retire before I'm 30.
You like Beyonce. I want to be a millionaire before I'm 30. That's it. Fair enough.
That's what I decided, and I did at 29. It was a plan all along since I was little.
All right. Moving on to your partnership with Max. Hold on. Sorry, I lost it here. Moving on with your partnership with Max. This is actually fun comp. It's a Lazio, right?
Yeah, it's in Italy. Yeah,
sorry for the quality.
It was just as hot as today. It was just as hot as today. No AC.
No AC there.
No AC
in
the room.
There. I remember.
And you dripping as you're dancing.
This is like in a sports hall, by the way. It's not in a hotel. It's a sports hall where you literally, there's no air going on.
Right. It was amazingly hot.
So your partnership with Max, because I do remember you, the first, I would say, I met you the first time on my TV.
On your TV?
In my living room in Belarus. I was watching I was watching the Kremlin Cup, and
I love that
you had this dress with feathers. You were doing a show with Max, and I was like, okay, those couple are cool. You know, so your partnership with Max, how I made a mistake, Maxime. So Maxime, sorry. So how was that different from Tony and from your other partnerships? Because I know that was very intense.
Right. Well, Max and I fought a lot.
Fair enough.
That's just that, because I feel I don't know, we were younger.
Hello, Wayne Yang. I'm sorry, Wayne Yang says hi.
Hi, Wayne.
Sorry.
So we had a very different approach about dancing. So we had a same goal where we were going to, but quite often we just couldn't agree on a lot of things. We're both very strong personalities, so it would result in a lot of arguing. But on the end of the day, I mean, a lot of couples do that. I guess that's what creates also this weird, passionate dancing, you know, so it works for some couples.
It worked for you, definitely, but mentally, how stressful was that? I know when you're fighting, it's freaking stressful, and it is upsetting.
Well, this is where, again, I'm going to reverse to talking about conversation about rhythm. So that switched for me from very stressful situation to very happy. So that the difference for me was...
But look at you. I mean, you are fit. You're dancing very well. Well, I will be honest right now, and it's not downgrading Tony or rhythm or whatever. I like you dancing in Latin more than in rhythm. I would be honest with you.
Well, you're a Latin boy, different technique.
Okay, so differences in technique. Let's clarify for everybody, because I think this is like a Loch Ness monster. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. Difference between international and rhythm.
Well, in international, international Latin, your leg action is much faster, because you get to these lines sooner, and then you produce an action on top of that. So the whole Latin looks very liney. So which creates a beautiful picture, right? So that's why a lot of people, when they watch rhythm dances versus Latin, they choose Latin dancers. Okay. So rhythm is softer, so you have a soft leg action, and because of that, everything is much more round. So it doesn't have pretty lines, if that makes sense. So it's more, I call it oily.
Oily, okay.
So it's for me, if I had to choose, I don't prefer either one or the other style.
Don't tell me smooth. Don't tell me smooth right now.
Oh, I love smooth. I didn't get to compete in smooth. I love smooth.
Okay, so anyway, yeah. But so is that only the difference? I mean,
honestly, that is only the difference, and then it has a big trickle effect on how your bone structure reacts to that motion.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because if you lock the knee, you artificially create a lot of action. Getting on top of the leg, rotating that hip around it while the other leg is still. So a lot of muscles work into forcing that action. So when you're releasing the knee, as you're letting go of your hip joint, your body it just falls into that rotation action, which is very soft and it's just. Yeah.
Wayne says great explanation. So you.
You see.
Thank you, Wayne. Okay, but. Is that true in this case? I will play dumb. That if you dance the same routine right now as you dance in Latin, you're gonna dance that in rhythm. In this case, it's gonna be looks entirely different.
Yes, because my bass is gonna be smaller and I'll be more wiggly, and
in rhythm.
Yes, and more round.
Okay.
Like. Your body just feels different. You are capable of creating much more of what they say. I want to see your body rhythm. So in Latin, I feel quite often you restrict it.
Yeah.
Because of that leg action versus rhythm, you're not. So everything is much softer. So if you're international Latin dancer, of course you like that pretty look.
Yes, I do.
So here it is,
But in this case, the arm styling, is that the same?
Probably yes. Or hips are the same.
No, like I'm saying, like the way you're putting the arm fast or slow, it's probably in this case the same for you or not?
For me, it would be
question,
for me, it'd probably be the same because my strength was always legs. So
I have that picture. I want to show it. Yeah.
So my hands were always soft.
Look at this. Look at this line. How many years ago?
This is first year of us being in the United States. So it's 98, 99.
Ideal, just perfect line.
Oh.
No, I really took this picture not because to flatter you.
Right.
I mean, it's really, look at this. It's a perfect check. I mean, it's like, wow. All right, yeah. So you were saying.
So what I was saying, because I was all about the legs, I was never about the arms. They were just there being soft so that I can showcase my strength and not do everything. So for me, I did not feel the difference in my arms.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go. Let's move on from this explanation. Let's move on to blast from the past. Okay, so let's go into this picture. This is actually this is Emerald Bowl.
Right.
2000. I see the stamp. 2002.
Yes.
You can.
You can raise everything.
Yeah, so this is you and Max.
Right. This is our first competition. So I actually also have a funny story about that one.
All right.
When I started dancing with Max, he was dancing amateurs. And he said to me he's not turning pro. So he actually tried very hard to turn me back to amateurs, which just didn't work. And then he finally decided, okay, I'm turning pro because the practices were going well. We like dancing together. And at that point, he said to me, I just don't want to do this whole rising star stuff, just ugh. And I'm like, that's fine.
Sounds like Max.
Exactly. I'm like, that's fine. So in like 2 months, there's going to be a national rising star championship. You're going to win, and then you can't do a rising star.
Fair enough. So
and he said, fine.
That's what it?
That was it. This was our very, very first comp. And
this actually, you cannot see that right here, but on top, this is John De Palma, and he has a mustache. So that's
you see. Yeah, I can't see a mustache behind the G.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's a John De Palma here.
So there's Dirlian and Boriana, Paramonas, Ilya and Nadia.
Wow, Ilya is so young, yeah.
Right, and Jonathan was with Anna. So crazy.
Wow, it's
Astashkin, that's his last name.
Wow.
Here you go. Yeah.
That's a blast from the past.
It is.
Oh yeah, another blast from the past conversation topic. I don't know, guys. Can you see that? It's a little bit.
So this is me. Either 7 or 8 here. This is first grade.
It's a very blurred picture, but
yeah, it's very old. I just posted it online because I love that whole TBT or FBT because it just kind of makes you.
What is that?
TBT, Throwback Thursday.
Okay,
and then a Friday. So you look for your old photos and you post it. So it gives you a reason to post something old.
Yeah.
And this was the one.
I like it. I like the because you can see your. It's actually in a school, right? It's
it's a school. They literally moved the tables to the side.
Move the tables to the side, and
we're obviously having some kind of a holiday because you see this is a musketeer. There is a lion there.
And you're dancing, and I love your socks.
Right. Well, probably was part of the fashion at that point. My partner wearing his cat suit because it's in 80s.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was popular.
Yeah, and my mom made me that dress. Yeah, sewn by hand.
Wow. Okay. Moving on to another blast. Blast from the past. I like this picture too. So
that's a Kremlin cup.
Yeah, that's a Kremlin cup, and you can see that you have another different style. It was a different stage of your life. Why did you change your hair? Why did you change your hairstyle?
I always did that. I don't remember who that was, but I think it was Balashov.
Okay.
He's one of the big trainers
in
back
Russia.
from Moscow. Okay. He said this phrase once: if you can't improve your dancing, change your hairstyle.
Or paint your nails. Okay, fair enough.
Well, because here's the thing. It's like if you always dance slick back, black hair, and suddenly you come out with a short hair and it's a bob, you're going to have a different dress, you're going to have a different attitude, you're going to wiggle your head more, and suddenly people think you dance differently. And it's true. And if you always came out wild, with lots of hair, and suddenly you come out all classy and you have a black dress, no stones, like people go, ooh, that's a change.
Like you have a zagon. You know?
Right,
like
because because when you have
a new stage.
Yeah, when you go from comp to comp to comp, same people judge you, right? So they see your progress going very slowly. Yeah. But if you go bam, and then suddenly bam, and then like, ooh.
So you always did this?
I always did that. I've been blonde, I've been red hair, jet black, long hair, super short hair. I mean, you name it.
Your favorite?
For competitive, probably jet black, because it's always like, has this intense.
Like this? Like that short style, that's your favorite?
Not necessarily short, long or
hair.
Like, but the color, I guess. Yeah. For real life, probably more on a softer.
Okay.
Like a blonde highlights. I just recently changed it to dark. So you see, I still continue. I can't stop.
Okay, and I have this picture. You and Anna Bezikova. I know you're friends.
Yes.
You grew up with lots of superstars nowadays,
we
right?
all happen to be the same age.
Superstar yourself, yeah. And that's, for me, it's very amazing to see, and that's what I'm always saying to that generation of dancers who I'm always interviewing, and I'm explaining why I don't like to talk about results, because I do explain them, guys, in 5 years you will judge together, you will drink together, you're still gonna be friends.
You can still drink together before judging, so it's
fine. So no, but I mean that you don't have to be that competitive that you're arguing, you know, that you're still friends because, yes, you have a career.
Well, it calls healthy competition.
Yes, thank you.
So we, of course, always want to kick each other butts, but at the end of the day, those are the people that were always there. So if you maintain that relationship throughout, that's amazing.
And I see that you did, because Anna comes to you pretty often, like once in a half a year.
I just went to her to
Italy, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was my first time in Florence.
So have you ever had a period when you guys competed against each other and you were like fighting, or not? Didn't mean to be juicy, but
no, not really. I mean, we didn't become instant friends.
Yeah.
I actually know Dimitri since we're very little, because my mom is from the same city where he is born. It's a little, very, very small city outside of Penza. So figures like Zarechny. I mean,
okay, it's deep in deep in Russia.
Guys, to the point that city did not exist on a map, because they had a factory that was producing weapons, and it's still to nowadays behind the wall. So you actually have to have a invitation, a permit to get into the city. So he's from that city. My mom was born there, so when I started dancing, she found out, there's a ballroom class in this city.
In the Forbidden City.
Right. That's how Dima and I met. We were probably
dancing next to the nukes.
Right. And then he started dancing with Anna when she was 13.
Wow.
So they used to stay in our house all the time, because, back then everything was through Moscow.
Yeah.
So my mom is an amazing person that lets people stay in our place. So we literally had, how I call it, vokzal.
train station.
Train station at our apartment.
For the dancers.
For dancers. It was amazing. And then when they finally moved actually to Moscow, they actually lived with Michael and I for a whole year. So we were also roomies.
Wow.
So it was fun times.
And you still keeping in touch, even though you stopped the careers.
Yep. Yeah, we still do. Yeah.
Who else you actually keeping in touch? Who's your friends more in that industry? I would say close friends from your career, from dancing altogether.
From dancing, I mean, there's just so many. You name it. I don't see them maybe as often as Anna. You know. Yeah. But we always keep in touch on social media. Everybody's commenting on everything, so it's kind of you still and if you're gonna end up in the same competition, either judging or seeing them, you're sure gonna have a good time.
And I think this is a positive part in ballroom dancing, that you become friends throughout your career
for life,
and then for life. And I have my friends who I'm still in touch, who we dance together. We've been in the same training camps. It's a great memory. I think it's for me, it's the best memory in my life to be with those people on those tough competitions. Like for me, it was German Open, and to be in those training camps, sweat together,
exactly.
No air conditioning, so that was fun. All right, another interesting part. You have a hobby, and that's for me very very peculiar hobby, archery.
Yeah, I have bruises here.
Yes, hold on. Yes, why archery?
I don't know why, but to tell you the truth, since stopping dancing, I not yet found some active hobby that I like. And for some reason, I can also shoot guns. And for some reason,
like moving
archery
out of the frame
came, and it's gonna sound really funny, but basically, if the world goes haywire, and I can't find a gun.
You can shoot.
I could shoot the birdie and eat it.
No, I mean that's pretty.
I know it sounds really bad.
No, I mean no. If you shoot the bird in order to eat it, I mean that's
right.
That's a course
I mean
of life.
it's gonna be like in that movie.
Dima is watching. Dmitry Nikishkin. Hi, Dim.
Hi, Dima.
Good luck tonight. By the way, I know you're dancing tonight. Rhythm at the Manhattan. Good luck. Sorry you're not there. Would love to see you, and would love to have a final interview. So, so how long are you doing that hobby?
It's new. It's new. I only literally maybe a month. That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So so I've been always talking about it, and in the last 5 years,
you have to do something besides kids.
Right. I just been so busy with kids that I finally said, you know what? That's it. I'm doing this once a week, and I'm going. So I started, and I guess as a dancer, we coordinated. So it's working. They all fly the same direction.
So this guy, there's a guy at the background. He's safe, right? You don't turn and shoot somebody.
They have pretty strict rules on how you can shoot there. So you actually learn the rules first for like 2 hours.
I hope
practicing getting on and off without even touching the bow.
So did you have any other choices besides that? Besides doing archery, did you have another choice, like I don't know, golf, basketball, I don't know, bird feed?
I guess throughout the 10 years I tried a little bit of everything, and I'm like,
Do you think dancers should have hobby, active pros?
I absolutely think so. There should be something besides dancing, because for us dancing becomes so crazily important, and we get wrapped up into it so much that I think that's where sometimes we get depressed, because if it doesn't go your way, and you see what I mean, because it can't just go all the way up, it goes in wave, and I think to just get away from that world is nice. Like I always like to have friends that are also non-dancers, because that just keeps you sane. You can go somewhere and have a completely non-dancer conversation, and it's amazing. Even if I don't know nothing about it, then you learn. You can participate, because if you just do dancing, that's all you talk about, dancing.
Yeah, I have a great friend here, Boris, and he is lead analyst in the bank. So we talk about
finances.
Yeah, so he tells me stuff about, let's say, artificial intelligence. But I'm like, what? So I was driving lately, and I signed up for the podcast about artificial intelligence.
Oh, see, now you're interested.
Just to get,
there you go.
What's going on in this world, where the world is heading. Yeah.
But to come back to why archery, I don't know. I just think it's cool. and then you can compete at any age. Do you think I'm not competitive?
All right, your projects. What happened, like finishing your dance career and then moving on to something else? How difficult is that? We're gonna move on to your project.
Honestly, it's difficult, especially in the very beginning, because again, like I mentioned, you're so submerged into what it is that you're doing, and you have certain goals. So and then it's done, right? It took me a while to figure out what I want to do. So I started, and I, it's a normal progress. You go into coaching and judging.
Yeah.
But what else is out there? Yeah. So I was always one of those people that I don't want to just stuck on something. Okay, here's given to you, right? Maybe that's not what I want to do, because I didn't sign up to begin with for teaching or judging.
Yeah.
We signed up for dancing because we like the art. Mm-hmm. So I did the talent agency, and after that, with the kids, naturally it progressed to owning a dance school. Now I started a dance competition. So the agency is closed now. Studio it's a tough business. Studio is a tough business.
Yes.
I loved running the competition and organizing events at the studio.
And you have one, and you moved it right now to April.
Yeah, so it's the end of April in San Jose. Next year.
You're running it together with Karina.
I'm running it together with Karina. Okay. We got a bigger hotel this year, so we'll have a lot of space for people to sit. We had a good problem last year.
That's a nice problem to have.
We had too many people.
That's good. It's a good problem to have.
Too small of a ballroom, yes.
Okay, moving on to that project, Dance Vision Awards.
Right.
Pretty new thing, very new thing.
It's a very cool idea, yeah.
Tell me about it, because I only know very little about that, and I know that there's going to be somewhat resemblance.
Right, well, you see that little Oscar over there. So basically, we have all kinds of awards in the dance industry. You get awarded pretty much when you're old and can barely walk, or you're dead. Yeah?
Awesome.
Right? No, but true. So we don't have anything like current right now, except of course championships, like world championship, But we have many categories for different dancers. Now, pro-am students don't really get any awards. So it kind of, the idea was to create something like that, unique for the ballroom industry, and have this little bit of a fusion between what Oscars are. You come out on stage, you say, "Thank you to my mother."
So finally dancers get to speak and sing somewhere.
Oh yes, they would.
That's actually great.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have shows by all nominees, which is cool.
Which is awesome.
Right, and then we're gonna have some social dancing in there as well. So that's why I'm saying it's a little bit of a fusion, because we're gonna have a dinner, so people get to come in and enjoy a 3-course dinner.
After the dinner, you have to perform.
Right,
I love it.
Right. There's going to be many aspects. So there's the aspects of an exclusive red carpet that's going to be happening there.
Okay.
Right.
It's confirmed, right?
That's confirmed, 100%. And then we're going to have a live band. I mean, it's should be awesome.
Okay. And by the way, Wayne Anning's commented, your competition is the week before Emerald Ball. Haha.
It's always a weekend before Emerald Ball.
All right, moving into nominees, all right? So how the nomination were taking place, because from professional point of view, we're going to speak from professionals. We have, what is the best professional couple of the year? It's Maxinitsa, Tatiana Silverstova, Andrei and Natalie Paramonov, Victor Funk and Anastasia Muravyola. Who created that?
People.
So
really? Okay. Like if you do Oscars again, they have there's a SAG. You have to be part of a SAG in order to vote. So you actually pay for the membership in order to be able to vote. This was free. So the website was created in such a way we only put nominations.
Okay.
And people literally nominated people. You could have nominated yourself. Right?
Yeah, I thought about it. I wanted the backstage,
right?
But then
there was also a certain formula how many competitions those people did and things like that. So if obviously somebody just put Bob Smith there and we don't know who that is, that's right away out, right?
Yeah.
So and then based on that, and how many times people got nominated, because some got really nominated a lot and some only once. So you see that's how we came up to those top 3.
But actually, you can come into that part. I'm sorry to switch a little bit. You still can come into that, actually, to the ceremony and watch it.
Right. So right now, you can still vote.
Oh, really?
So you go online, and those people that are nominated, you vote for the winner.
So
and winners
Facebook?
are going to be on ntrgala.com.
Okay, so
it's
you can first of all you can go Dance Vision Awards on
Facebook. So it's a Dance Vision Awards
on Facebook.
Yeah,
you
on
can
Facebook
go there
and throughout social media. Pretty much presented by Night to Remember.
Okay.
Because originally that was Karina's event where she did it with the studio, and then they decided to take it to a next level.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of gradually progressed. That's why it has two names.
Okay, because I didn't know who's what is.
So
NTR?
The website is ntrgala.com.
Okay.
And you can go and vote right now, and the nominees are literally like Oscars are going to be announced that day. So they're all three going to be there without knowing who's going to win.
That's
so
cool.
you're literally going to be opening that envelope, taking that paper out, and going, and the winner is.
Okay, then who will be announcer?
So basically, Karina is going to be hosting the event.
No, but hosting is like it's
just a general
on Oscars
host.
when you do the opening speech,
right?
And then you give it away to the people
so
who's presenting.
we are going to be inviting other people to do nominations.
All right.
So that list
is a process. Is there a process? So anyway,
So hopefully we'll get some celebrities to do that. So which will bring a little more value to the event. But right now I can't give you any names because it's not 100% confirmed.
So we have a best amateur couple of the year, best showcase performance of the year, best style of the year, best pro-am showcase of the year, best professional couple, best student of the year, best international student of the year, and best breakthrough student of the year. Interesting.
So you basically guys should go ahead and book your tickets and enjoy the show, because I mean it's not like a lot of couples doing shows, and you get to dance and you get to eat, and you know
it's actually here in Los Angeles, the land of Hollywood.
It is actually going to be in Hollywood neighborhood too.
Cool. I'm very happy about that, because finally, you know, dancing becomes a little bit more the bad word mainstream, but I mean in this case it's a good thing that we're becoming more mainstream. We're getting more awards. We're trying to bring red carpets. And interviews and insights. That's awesome.
And this year is pretty much all ballroom oriented because we're doing it first time, but hopefully it'll be success this year, and I hope that next year we'll go a little bit wider. Maybe nominate people from dance TV shows like Dancing with the Stars, so you can dance, World of Dance, Dance Moms, or you know something that could be just a bit outside the ballroom as well, to bring more people in and kind of cross the whole entire dance industry. But we're starting with ballroom, small steps.
Thank you. Thank you for coming today. We already more than 40 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for this very hot morning. So anyway, so the Elena Grinenko part of this Dance Vision Award. So yes, you can go, and it's going to be August 26th. You can please vote. Please tune into that. Please, you know, come and watch.
If you do have a favorite couple there, you gotta vote.
Yeah, you gotta vote. Yeah, you gotta support them. At the same time, Manhattan Dance Championship is happening tonight. Is Rhythm, I think, and something else. I don't remember actually. Sorry, but you can go to DanceComp app and look everything up. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
That's it. Boom. That's it.